Hello, thank you for joining. My name is Brian Potts, Chief Client Officer and Managing Partner with Third Stage Consulting Group. Today we're going to be talking about ERP. Hopefully you've heard the term before, but I wanted to bring it up to speed a little bit. We've posted things in the past and it's been an ongoing discussion exactly what is ERP. So we just wanted to add a little bit of clarity for those businesses who maybe you're on QuickBooks or an accounting package and looking at the time to move to an enterprise platform and give you a little bit of construct as to what that is. Generally speaking, ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, it's a system or set of systems that manages multiple functions within your organization. As simple as that. It generally will cover finance and surrounding functional areas. That's the extent that we want to define ERP to. ERP can also refer to multiple systems. So it can be one core system that has a bunch of tie-in solutions. You might have a CRM, an HCM, a human capital management, or a supply chain module tied in to your core ERP. ERP could also be viewed as the overall enterprise application suite. So bringing all those sub-solutions together into an ERP, depending on how you structure it for internally as an organization, you could call a set of solutions in ERP. That would be defined in our view as a best of breed, where you've got multiple solutions that construct a core solution. Or you could have a core ERP module, call it your back-end financials and operations, that then tie into a bunch of sub-solutions or siloed bolt-ons that are individual applications. So it's becoming a little bit more complex. And just what we stress is when you talk to vendors, when you talk to industry leaders, when you look up the term ERP, keep in mind that it can mean different things to different people. You'll want to define internally as your organization what you call your ERP and stick to that so it's understood, but there can be a little bit of flex and different views on what an ERP system or systems looks like. So when we talk about ERP and being a system that brings together multiple operational units within an organization. For those that haven't seen this before, let's look at a manufacturing company. So you've got a product that you sell. You've got a process that goes into that manufacturing. So realistically, to start, the ERP is going to include the core products that you sell as part numbers. It's going to include your supply chain, so all of the subcomponents that come together and build. It's going to track those. It's going to have all your supplier information. It's going to have your financial setup in terms of procurement. And then on the other end, it's going to get out into how you sell your products. So it's going to have your sales and sales operations. It's going to have your sales price. It's going to have your commission structure. It's going to have how you pay all of your people internally, and tie all those pieces and components together. So to explain what ERP is and how it can help your organization, let's take a recent example of toilet paper. Everybody's favorite topic coming out of COVID is when you need a roll of toilet paper, you're the end consumer, but you buy it from somewhere. What happens if that somewhere, let's call it your local retailer, Costco, for example, doesn't have any toilet paper? They internally they've got you listed as a customer, but they can't sell to you. So they have a supply chain that builds into where does their toilet paper come from. So they've got navigation around all of their suppliers trying to source where toilet paper can come from. They need to structure the pricing, the timeline in terms of when they're going to get it, which relates then to when you can order it and be delivered to your house. All those components put together can be managed within an ERP. Having a single source of data, knowing that this is a target we need to sell toilet paper, constructing when this is going to happen, the timeline, the associated costing, the supply chain, and then how you're going to structure that delivery across all the facilities across the globe to deliver where they need it most, where the orders come in first. Is it how does that prioritization structure? You can put forecasting in place. So looking at the future demand, if we all go on shutdown again, hopefully that doesn't happen, but maybe there's another demand for toilet paper. I bet now that some of the top retailers have forecasting set up so that they've got an excess of inventory, that they've got a expanded supply chain built out, and that's all stored and managed within their ERP. So that's just one example. If you sell something, if you've got services, for example, if you're an auditing firm, you still need a form of ERP if you've got a large client base, if you've got multiple lines of service, if you need to facilitate your resources and project managements, if you're a construction firm, obviously as you get into healthcare and all that. The other thing that ERP can do is help control the security of your data. So, mentioning healthcare, you've got HIPAA and other issues that you need to deal with. That can all be facilitated and managed within a capable ERP. So just a couple examples to help what that could look like. So if you have further questions on ERP, this is what we do. This is exciting if you can't tell. I'd love to talk to you on this. My contact information is below. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and look forward to talking with you further on bringing ERP into your organization. Thank you.